play. We talked on the pregame show when the Dodgers went to Baltimore last September. They were walked off at Camden Yards in each of the first two games, had their hearts broken, felt like a low point of the season. They come back and get three in the bottom of the ninth. Mookie Betts started it with the home run on his bobblehead night, no mark. And what a job by Dalton Rushing. It was a really tough night. He admitted it, 0 for 4 with 3 Ks until he came through with that base hit.
I'll tell you, the Dodgers, we've seen this. This is the reason why they are back-to-back World Series champions. They never give up. They persevere. They keep fighting till the very end of the game. And this shows it because there were so many missed opportunities from the Dodger offense. They had a chance to really put this game away in the third inning.
Yes.
With bases loaded and nobody out, and came up empty there. And not only that, they had runners on base. They left runners on base in each and every inning of this game.
Yeah.
So opportunities were everywhere, yet they didn't capitalize, but they still find a way in the very end in order to pull that out. It just says so much about the character of this team, the way they think. Even Dalton Rushing, as you mentioned, even having a tough night, he looks over, everybody's starting to say, this game isn't over. They found a way, and they pulled it off.
Yeah, they totally found the way. I mean, credit Mookie Betts on his bobblehead night with that big home run with 1 out in the 9th inning, and the bullpen. The bullpen came in and really shut the door.
Dodgers 6-5 winners over the Orioles. They improved to 49 and 27. Blake Trinan is your winning pitcher. Roki Sasaki goes 5 2/3, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Mookie Betts, a 3 for 5 night with a double, hit his 8th home run. Tommy Edman went 3 for 5 with a double as well. 6-5. Let's head inside and hear from Roki Sasaki with the media.
Roki, you were excellent tonight. How would you just describe kind of how you got going in this one, your efficiency in navigating through their lineup early?
本当にすごいいいピッチングできたと思うんですけど、どのように自分で評価していますか。うまく切り抜けたと思うんですけど。
そうですね。全体的にはやりたいことができましたし、ボールもいいボールが多かったと思うので、同点に追いつかれてしまったんですけど、全体的にはこうやりたいようにできたかなと思ってます。
Yeah, I was making my pitches really well, and I was executing my also pitches really good. So I was able to do what I want to do.
The 2 back-to-back home runs, what did you find there? Was that just lack of location, or did you feel like you missed the pitch there?
2つちょっと続けてホームランありましたけど、何かその原因というか要因はありますか。
最初のツーランに関してはフォークが、カットして、本来の動きではなかったので、そこに関しては、投げミスというか、それでこう本来の働きをしなかったのかなと思ってます。
The first home run, I was actually cutting it, so it didn't make much movement. So
as you continue to get deep into starts, how important is it going to be for you to find success the third time through the order?
この今投げていく中で、重要になってくる多分3巡目ですかね、重要になってくると思うんですけど、何が今後必要になってくると思いますか。
そうですね。1人目のホームランに関してはさっき言った通り本来の動きをしなかったってところなんですけど、次のバッターに関しては要求通り投げ切った中で打たれてしまったので、投げたボール自体は良かったと思うんですけど、結果に向き合うとその選択は失敗だったと思うので、そこからどうするべきだったかはまたピッチングコーチとこれから振り返りたいなと思ってます。
Yeah, like I said, the first home run wasn't really bad. I mean, my location was really good. So, but the second one, I was actually pitching really well, but I gave up home runs. So I have to, talk through this coaches and make sure what I'm going to do next time.
What were you able to pick up from that last start, or is that one that you kind of just washed away, did not really factor in going into the start?
前回のゲームからその学んだことがあって、今回どのようになんていうんですかね、生かせるような場面がありましたかと。
そうですね。変化球でやっぱり前回ダメでまっすぐ打たれたりだとかあったので、変化球は結構練習してきて、そこに関しては試合を通して展開が良かったと思うので、同じような場面 は前回と同じような場面なかったので、なんですけど、変化球に関してはこうちゃんと修正できたかなと思います。
I mean, last outing, my off-speed pitch wasn't really great, so I practiced on it. And so this time, I felt pretty good about, my secondary pitches, so that was good.
What was just kind of the approach that at bat in the ninth, especially when you go down?
Lack of throughout the night. He just honestly, I just wanted to spoil any pitch besides the slider. Especially after chasing the one in the dirt, I had a feeling that he wanted to throw another one. And the whole mindset was foul off a fastball and just try and move the slider forward through the middle of the field. And luckily, pulled a heater inside and caught it in the loop, and Dodgers win. It's a great night to end on, or a great way to end the night, especially after the frustration early.
Yeah. What was just your view of that play as you're like rounding the bases and you see the ball come in?
I see it land, and I knew the game was tied. I knew he was going on this swing, but honestly, I kind of just like looked around and what he's like, go, go, go. Didn't even see the throw get past the catcher. But I mean, thank God it did. Ended the game early for us. It's like I said, I was just trying to get that run in on second. The runner on first is just a bonus.
You mentioned the frustration, and we saw it. Just how do you stay then clear-headed in a moment like that?
A lot of different thoughts for the first 8.5 innings of baseball. But I go down 2 strikes. I chase another slider in the dirt on the night, and I kind of look over. I see Mookie, just all the confidence in the world in me, and see the whole dugout top step, just put together a good at bat. From there, you're in a hole against a really good closer, a guy that's got really good stuff, and I was just looking to spoil whatever the next pitch was that he threw.
All right, we talked a little bit about Dalton Rushing, the top of the show, Nomar, but you got to give it up to Dalton Rushing to be able to bounce back and not let those previous 4 at-bats of the night just ruin his entire night. He stayed ready, and he delivered when he needed to.
And it's not easy. We've all been there. Those nights where it's just like you're frustrated. You can see it in your face. You can't hide your emotions.
We've talked so much about just Dalton's emotions. He's obviously a very expressive player. And when you look at tonight, you can see the frustration through his first 4 at-bats. But for him to have that moment there late in the game, just how he was able to not only settle himself, being in a 0-2 count, but just manage through that at-bat. What are you seeing from a player like him tonight?
It's just a part of the process, the learning process, the experience part. And I think you can add Freeland and Ward into that bucket where that 3rd inning, very forgettable at bats, and to their credit, they made the adjustments later. And then to the Dalton point, you strike out 3 times, you line out your first at bat, you're frustrated, you're trying to stay in the game, call in games, and then the game's on the line and it's your spot. And so for him to flush it all and to flip his entire game and help us win a ball game was huge.
What was just your kind of viewpoint of everything that happened as the game ended, and just the throw that kind of went over, and the catcher not going for it, just kind of how you saw this game come to an end? What was just your viewpoint of everything?
I don't know. I was actually, after with the base hit, I was thinking about extra innings and thinking about, I was thinking that the play was going to be made, and I actually didn't see it get by the catcher, and then seeing the replay, I don't know how it got by him. I don't know if he thought the game was over. And so I wasn't really kind of in tune. I was kind of moving to the next play,
Everyone just started running out of the dugout now.
Yeah, Bob said it's the run counts or something, and I was like, and I saw the ball, but I was looking at my card.
Dave, Dalton's emotions make him a lot of the times the player who he is and can be a benefit for him. Continues to be a work in progress in how he relegates those emotions. How have you seen the progress that he's made, and what else does he need to do to continue growing?
I think he needs, I think he does a good job, and it might not show it, that, after he, vents, he does a good job of collecting himself to get back into the next play, the next at bat, the next, catching. I think his growth needs to be the adjustments in game, and they need to be sooner. and that's a lot of times with young players. Swinging at balls out of the strike zone because you want to do too much and letting the game come to you. And that's where, that's not an emotional thing. That's kind of trying to slow the game down.
What did you see from Roki?
I thought he was great. He pulled a split to Henderson for the homer, and then I thought he threw the baseball really well. The stuff was really good. I liked the way he competed. The fastball command was good, so he was fantastic tonight.
This is 4 straight wins, all but 1 run. What does that do at this point this season?
We're just stacking wins. It's the most important thing is to win baseball games, but we haven't really played well. I think I say that in a positive way, that we're still winning a lot of baseball games, but tonight shouldn't have been a game, in my opinion. And we kept them around. We've let a lot of teams hang around, and then it ends up being a 1-run game. And you got to use pitchers that you don't want to use, and you can't let the starter go as deep because you're trying to maximize a particular matchup. But at the end of the day, we are winning baseball games, so that's a good sign.
The pitching staff has been so good. Do you think there are times when you're almost relying a little on them to be, not perfect, but so good to win these games?
Yes, and that's not a good thing. I think that, there's times where you've got no margin, you got to be perfect, essentially. But there's other times when, as an offense, you have a chance to break the game open. And that needs to happen too. And I just think that that's something, as far as we can do a better job of.